Hello, this is Chris Allen at Paramarian High School, and I am your son or daughter's AP Calculus BC teacher. And today I wanted to make a little video to show you kind of what they're doing in class this week via Canvas specifically. So hopefully you can see my screen here, and here's the Perry Township webpage. To get to Canvas, you click here. And just like I mentioned in the last video, if you would like to join your son or daughter's Canvas page to follow along with them, you can do that. So here's the Canvas link. I've already got Canvas logged in here, and I'm going to pretend that I'm a student here. And so here's my information. And of course, if you go to the syllabus button on either the side or here, here's the syllabus stuff in case you're interested, what's going on in class, how's he going to grade, how do you get help, etc., etc. So there's the syllabus page. But what I really want to get to more specifically with Canvas is to give you some idea of what's in the modules, in particular this week's module. I'm going to talk a little bit generally about the modules themselves. So here I'm going to try to include some videos, and I have to apologize, I did not get a video of last week's class, but I'm going to try to get a video of what I'm doing in class for any student that's not here, so they can just get a sense of what's going on. I did the first week, but I missed last week. Here's how they can, if they need to know how to access WebAssign, which this isn't an issue, they can do that. And here's how they join myap.collegeboard.com. And then here I've just started posting some videos of how to do some things on the graphing calculator, because some of the students said they don't remember how to do that, or they were never taught how to do that, so I'm trying to do that for them. Okay, so week one was last week, so that's August 10th, so I'm going to kind of skip that. We're going to look at this week here, which is week 2, August 17. Now, I haven't met with those students yet. I meet with them tomorrow and Friday. This week's lesson is on section 3.2 and 3.6, which is the mean value theorem and optimization. I should note that both of these topics are review from last year, so this is not new content. Anyways, they should click on this link here. I'll go ahead and click on it. It's probably not going to do anything, but it should go to YouTube. Let's try. Okay, it's going to go to YouTube, which is good, and there's going to be a video of me hopefully discussing these things. I'm going to go ahead and get out of that, though, so they could do that, or if you wanted to, you could view that as well. So that's the video I created on those topics. If they click the next link, this is a PDF version of the PowerPoint that I did. Again, since this is review for Calc BC, I've kind of combined the two things. This presentation actually is not very long. It's pretty short, and part of the reason I made it short is because the optimization problems actually take quite a bit of work to do. So if they want those notes, those are there and available for the students. So they watch the video, they've got the notes. Then I've also included 4 additional videos. I'm just going to click one of these. And this video is not one that I created. It should be on a website called Calc View. And it will show them a video involving, I think this one involves the mean value theorem. I'm going to kind of skip ahead.
And sin x is differentiable.
So this gentleman is explaining the mean value theorem. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that. So I've got 4 of those videos in addition to the video that I've created on the topics. And then if they keep going down here, they'll see there's extra practice problems. So when they click that link, they'll go into this page, and you'll see that there's it says these are extra problems, these are not required. So this is just if a student's like, hey, I need some more work, or I want more work. So for example, if they wanted to look more at the mean value theorem, here are some problems that I suggest. So problem number 23, for example. So how they would do that is they would go to their class textbook, which I'll go ahead and show you how they'll do that. It's online at a place called webassign.net, which I mentioned earlier. I'm going to go ahead and log in there, and they would log in there as well. And I'm going to pretend that I'm a student. So I'm going to go to student view. They would not have to jump through all these hoops that I'm doing right now, but so I want to make sure I go to the right section here. So once they're logged in here, up at the top, they've got my ebook, so they can go into their textbook online here on this page, and they can go to section chapter 3, and then they would scroll down to section 2. I'm going to go ahead and go to the exercises. I think I said exercise 23. Yeah. So we could scroll down here to exercise 23, which is using something called Rolle's theorem, which is a subset of the mean value theorem. Anyways, here's the problem. They could work it out. It actually, since that's an odd problem, which is why I gave them that, it'll actually show them the answer. Furthermore, if that wasn't good enough, that explanation wasn't good enough, they could even go to something called calcchat.com, and they should know this, but if they don't, they might want to watch this video. They could go to their textbook, which is this blue one, and then they could go to chapter 3 in this case. I think this was section 2, and I think the question was 23. And not only will it show the answer, it will actually show them all the work. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I know I'm going fast. This is stuff that your student probably already knows. But so these are just extra problems. These are not things that they have to do, but if they'd like to do them, they can. And then finally, in this week's module, the last thing that is at the very bottom of week 2 is the WebAssign problems. So I'll try to show you those as well. So you go into WebAssign and it says, hey guys, you need to go to this WebAssign place. I'll go over here, and here's the current assignment. I'm going to click on it. I'm not sure if it will load, but hopefully it will. Okay, good. So there you can see that it shows over here on the right-hand side of the screen when it's due, which is August 21st at 9 p.m. Shows the problems, and then it basically gives them the explanations of things that they need to do. And I think that's it for this week's module. I guess one more thing I could mention here is if you keep scrolling down in the modules, you will see that there's week 3 module here. I'm not going to get into that, but you'll notice it's kind of grayed out because I haven't unlocked it yet. I'm wanting them to focus on this week's stuff first. But it looks like next week we're only going to cover one section. And the reason I'm only covering one section next week is this is actually something that we have not done yet. It's called Newton's method. It wasn't covered in the AB curriculum, but I am going to cover it this year. So we're only going to do one section because it's new stuff. There's a WebAssign on it. And actually looks like I got a chapter 3 review. So there's going to be a test coming that following week. So, okay, that should bring it to the end of the video here. Thank you for your time. I hope that was helpful. And if you think your son or daughter might need to watch that, that's fine too. Maybe it will help them out too. Have a good day.